Hello, hello, hello. Happy Saturday. Thanks for tuning in. As always, if you got any questions or comments or concerns, you can drop them in the chat and hopefully I will see them. Let's see here. Today is the feast day of St. Thomas Aquinas. So I thought I'd do a quote by him. And the quote is, "We must love them both, those whose opinions we share and those whose opinions we reject. For both have labored in the search for truth, and both have helped us in finding it." I thought that was a really good quote for a lot of reasons. I guess looking at it through the lens of creativity, what does it all mean, right? And I think it comes down to people's aesthetic taste, right? There's some people's aesthetic taste that matches ours, and there's some that does not match ours. And if it doesn't match ours, that's fine. We don't need to actively engage with it. We don't need to, for example, hate it. We can just let it be. There's a lot of space in this world. We don't need to constrict someone else's space just because it doesn't agree with ours. So, my thoughts are just appreciate that they are traveling down a road. They are trying something, right? Now, we may never travel down that road, but on the off chance that at some point in time we do decide we need to go down that road, we'll be grateful because they've already laid the road. And another thought I had about that in regards to people's whose tastes that don't align with ours, is that an exploration that tells us what isn't there can be just as useful as an exploration that tells us what is there, right? Because if we learn that there's nothing there, then we don't need to explore that. It saves us time, saves us the energy of having to potentially explore it ourselves, right? So people whose opinions we reject, they still help us find the truth. Now, people whose opinions we share, those are great. They can be guideposts for us. They can help us in our travels and on our road building. We can travel down some of the roads that they've already built for us and others. And they're kind of also important because if we look at someone and someone exploring a world, it's almost like they're relieving us of that responsibility to explore it. It's like, well, they're already taking care of that, so I don't need to do that, Thankfully, there's someone who's playing the bass like this, so I don't need to play the bass like that. Somebody else is already doing it, right? And this then forces us to explore areas that are new to everyone, right? Makes us find something new to everybody. And a byproduct of this is that we discover our own individual voices. Because when we're forced to explore something that no one else has explored, it will automatically produce our unique voice as an individual artist. I think I remember hearing a lot about voice, right? Find your own voice. It's not something you find. I think it's something that is uncovered. If you go looking for it, you're not going to find it. You're going to find other people's voices, but you're not going to find yours. I think our voice gets uncovered and discovered through years of experience and living. Anyways, let's get back to this Thomas Aquinas quote. The very first part, we must love them both. I think that's equally, if not more important than the rest of that sentence. It's the most simple part of the message. It's the easiest to overlook, but it's the hardest to actually do. To actually love people that you disagree with. I think that's really important, because if we are able to do that, if we are able to love people that we disagree with, then it will guarantee that we are always approaching life from a space of love. And I think that if we are in that mindset, heart set, that's the set for success. If we're coming from a place of love, then we will be successful. It won't warp, mutate, or distort what we're doing. The last thing I kind of wanted to think about, and it's just popped in my head, Thomas Aquinas, right? His given name was Thomas, or I think he was Italian, so it was like Tommaso. Made me think of another Thomas, the Apostle Thomas, one of the 12 apostles of Jesus Christ, right? So Thomas Aquinas is probably a namesake. His name probably came from St. Thomas the Apostle. And the Apostle Thomas is famous for being Doubting Thomas. When Jesus Christ was crucified and rose, 3 days later, he appeared to his followers, his apostles. And Doubting Thomas was the follower of Jesus who didn't believe that the risen Jesus Christ was who he said he was. So the risen Jesus Christ said, "Put your hands in the holes for my crucifixion." And then Doubting Thomas believed. And I bring this up only for the point that by Doubting Thomas expressing his doubt and rejecting what he had been told, he helped the rest of humanity find the truth. So there we go, back to Aquinas' quote. The opinions we share and the opinions we reject both help us finding the truth. I hope this was interesting. Hope it made sense. Maria, good to see you. I hope you are doing well. I hope the days are getting longer and you're getting some sun. And I hope the horses are doing well too. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe, comment, do all those things that the algorithms like. And I will be back here next Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. And until then, have a fantastic rest of your day. Have a great weekend. Go Chiefs. And I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.